What's going on, everybody? For those that don't know, this is Al from SurveyLeo.com. I have reviewed and tested over 60 different survey sites and GPT sites and whatnot, so I know a little bit or two about it. Now, today's topic, I figured I wanted to have a conversation about why am I getting disqualified and screamed out from so many of these paid surveys? And that's one of the ones, if I show you, I get it in my email or I get it in the comments all the time. So we're going to break down a little bit of why people get disqualified from the surveys and maybe how we can make it a little better. So right off the bat, we're going to talk about what is a survey and what's the purpose of them. Now, a survey is basically companies out there looking for opinion. You know what I mean? They're looking for people opinion. They're looking for ways to market their product, come out with different things. They want to find out how you feel about certain brands. So at the end of the day, it's them, just looking for people opinion. So right off the bat, when you fill out these surveys, you want to qualify for as many as those companies as possible, meaning that you want to use a lot of those different services. You want to use a lot of them different products. You know what I mean? You want to go to a lot of them different places. It's want to be things that if you could remember that you did it or anybody in your household did it, you want to put it down. Now the problem is that surveys they take a long time. You know what I mean? And people just kind of just want to rush through them. You know what I mean? And that's not going to really happen with these surveys because you want to fill out as much as information as possible. That way, when these companies is putting out these surveys, they're going to send them right to you because everything is going to be in the database. And that's another thing about surveys too. They collect the data. Now, this topic right here, I done talked about it several different times on my website. Y'all can go over to surveyleo.com, go to the guides and tips, and y'all gonna see all the different articles I put out on this because I get this a lot. Now, once you qualify for a lot of those different surveys, you're gonna see, they're gonna start sending them to you. They're gonna start sending them to you in your email. But you gotta remember, they ask a lot about your household. You know what I mean? So, for example, if you know you use Poland Spring, or if you don't use it, or somebody in your household use it, and you see it come up on the list, but you skip past it because you're trying to hurry up, that right there is gonna hurt you because now you ain't gonna get nothing from Poland Spring, or you ain't gonna get nothing from any water companies because you done went right past it. So when you first, especially when you first starting out with these survey sites, you want to fill it all out. You know what I mean? And just fill it out, fill everything out. Things that you use, things you used in the past, things you've seen your sister use, your brother, your wife, anything, just fill it all out. Because eventually, it might not be that very second, but eventually you're going to see a whole lot of different surveys that's going to come to you. You know what I mean? And people, they try to apply for those surveys knowing that 5 surveys ago you said you ain't even drink Poland Spring. Now if something came out with water, you're like, oh, this survey is $5. Let me get up on it. They got all that data saved. So when you try to say, oh yeah, I drink Poland Spring, they're gonna be like, nope, because 5 surveys ago you said you ain't drink it. You see what I'm saying? So just go ahead and sacrifice. Fill out all the information, that way you qualify for more surveys. You know what I mean? And you're gonna get screened out if it's something that down the line they see that you never did. Like if they're looking for per se a person that works business and they asking for his insight, and then you go up in there and say, I'm the business person, they're gonna screen you out. You know what I mean? Now let's say per se if they're looking for surveys on truck drivers and you drive a truck, you're gonna get all them surveys. But you gotta let it be known what you do, what your household do, what your family do, the kids, whatever. You know what I mean? That way you're not screened out from so many different surveys. And that basically is it. What people think is a secret, it's not a secret. It's very simple. Just sit down, fill out the surveys. If you know anybody that uses products or services, put it down there. You know what I mean? Because it's an experience and they want to know what y'all think. So basically, That is how you don't get screened out and disqualified for so many different surveys. Now, look in the link in the description for surveyleo.com. I got so many different tips, guides, ways to make money with surveys. There's so many different sites up there that I reviewed for so many different countries and whatever. But stay tuned for the next video. Like and subscribe if it was helpful to you. And I'm going to come back with a whole lot of videos, y'all. We're going to talk about these surveys.